Hi, my name is Mike Johnson. I'm taking you on an inside and outside systems tour of this 2015 Mercedes-Benz motorhome. It's actually a motorhome based on the Mercedes-Benz turbo diesel Sprinter chassis with the Blue Tech diesel technology, and it's a Forest River Solera with full body paint. Now the engine has the blue efficiency, state-of-the-art, ultra-low sulfur, non-polluting turbo diesel technology, and it's got beautiful full body paint, the same color as is on the manufacturer's brochure. And this motorhome has two slide outs: the living room slide out and the bedroom slide out. It has massive cargo storage. It'll hold more than a bunch of bicycles or golf clubs or whatever your activity. Put a kayak back here. You could put, if you have inflatable kayaks, you could put several kayaks back here. Large cargo doors, glossy full body paint. Take a look at the roof. Take a look at the paint. It's got awnings over the slide outs. So there's 3 awnings on this. And these awnings are really important because if you go somewhere in the fall, in the season, fall season, it's called fall for a reason. You park under the trees, wake up in the morning, and all the leaves have fallen out of the trees. You do want awnings on your slide out, and this has that. They're in really good condition. That cargo door, it has the V5 towing package right here. So you got a tow hitch receiver and a 7-pin connector. They've got a conspicuity reflective tape on there. Keeps you from getting rear-ended when you're driving out in the darkness in places. And it has that full LED light strip under this giant main awning. Now take a look at this awning. This is a huge awning. It's almost the entire length of the motorhome. So it gives you a lot more shade under this 24-foot motorhome than even the big A classes. Most of them don't have an awning this large. It's really nice, and it's electric awning. It's got outlets outside, AC power, 12 volts, TV. You can put your external TV out here on your table, set it up. Water heater is right there. Now think about this for a minute. This is a 24-foot motorhome, so it's easy to drive. And then you have the rear slide out, which extends it from being about 24 feet long to about 27 feet long. So it'll fit in all the campgrounds and fit in all the good parking spaces in all the hard to get into campgrounds. A lot of campgrounds, they might have a bunch of 24-foot spaces and a handful of 32-foot spaces, and even less 38-foot spaces. You don't have to worry about all those. You just go into simple campgrounds in the national parks, and you can get in and you're all good to go because you have the short length. Being a Mercedes turbo diesel, the turbocharger really helps you when you go up in the mountains at high altitude, because that turbo is compressing your engine where other non-turbo engines will be choking from the lack of air at high elevations up in the mountains where it's really beautiful. This motorhome can just climb right up and over the mountain passes. It has a lot of torque. When I drove this back from Tucson, Arizona, it had a lot of power going right over the hills. You don't even know that they were there. But in a bigger motorhome, you'd be pulling to the left going up those grades. You don't have to do that in this with a turbo diesel. Just set the cruise control at 80 miles an hour and go. You know, some places it is legal to drive 80. Arizona is 75 mile an hour speed limit. And this thing can go 80 miles an hour. I tested it with the GPS. It's not a problem. So you can get there quick. Some motorhomes, the speed is limited to 75. It's got nice tires on here. Let me take off my extender here. Let's look at the tires and the hookups. Tires are nice and thick. A lot of tread. Let's go to the front tire. Oh, and another thing that's important to point out, a lot of thick tire tread there. This only has 21,000 miles on it, but this also has hydraulic leveling jacks. So most of these shorter motorhomes do not have leveling jacks, but this one does. It's 2-point leveling jacks. So if you're on a very unusual campground, or most campgrounds are fairly level, but then the rear might sit low, you have a handheld remote. Turn it on, and you extend your leveling jacks. And they just go down here. And then you start lifting up the motorhome. So I'm holding down the button to operate my jacks. And I can come out here and make sure I'm not squishing something important. And the motorhome is actually lifting up. It'll go up a little bit. If you needed more height, you can put some blocks of wood underneath there. You can even level it left or right, but these will lift up the back. When you combine this with blocks of wood, you can really get this thing exactly level. It's not automatic. You've got to push the button to make it level itself, but it's nice. So now we got the leveling jacks deployed, and it's just as easy to retract them. You just hit the retract button, and down it goes. Leveling jacks come up, and you're ready to break camp. So let's talk more about the hookups on this motorhome. As I come around here, let's see what the hookups are. It comes with a power cord. Plugs in right here, 30 amp power. You've got your TV connection. You got a sewer flusher, black tank flush, and your fresh water connection. What is the sewer flusher? Let me explain that. So when you're doing your business in the restroom, you want to drain your tanks. You hook up a water hose to here, and this feeds a sprinkler inside that black tank, and it spins around and flushes out the black tank, so anything that might smell gets flushed out the drain hose, and you stay clean and your RV smells clean. And this is your fresh water tank fill. You just gravity fill it, only in just a couple minutes, and you fill up your fresh water tank. It has an outside shower rinse connection, which is what this is. You just plug this in, and then you have a little garden hose out here. You can wash things down. It can store an extra sewer hose here. And then you have your sewer connections right here. Very clean, very easy to use. You've got these clean, frameless windows. They fit nice and tight against the side. That one's open a little bit, but you got bug screens in the windows, so you can go in all those adventurous places and the bugs stay outside, and you can hide inside at night and not get eaten alive. Before we go inside and take a look, I forgot to point out this has a clear bra over the front of it. So it actually has that invisible 3M film over the front and up above as well. Clear bra to protect your paint from chips in the front. So this is the 24R floor plan, and we're going to go in and take a look at the inside now. I've got the slides closed so you can see how much room you have to move around, and then I'm going to open the slides. We have plenty of room to move back and forth throughout the RV, and so that you can understand how this works. So with the slide closed, you can still get around in the bedroom TV's over here. Restroom is over here. Toilet and shower. Glass shower enclosure. And this RV has all LED lighting. So let's open up the slide outs. Starting with the main slide out. Just hit the switch up here on the control board and the wall starts to move out. You'll notice I've already flipped around my seats. The driver and passenger seats are on a swivel mount, so you can turn them around and you can sit here and converse with the inside of the RV. Let's open up the inside. With that slide is open, a lot more room. And now we're going to move the bedroom slide out. And it just moves right on out. And then we can reposition the mattress once it's out. Going right on out there. And it's out. So let's reposition the mattress in a second. So we're doing the walkthrough of the interior with the slides open, and I'm pointing out that it has LED lights everywhere. It has a dining room skylight that this can open up, and then you can see the stars overhead. This is a table vader, so it's state of the art. It's like an elevator table. So if you want to make it for dining, you just flip it, unclip the Velcro. I'm going to do this one-handed to make it show you how easy it is. You release the locking handle, push down gently, and then it goes into position. I got my seat belts right there. Put this table just like that. And now we're ready to go to sleep on this position. I can fit diagonally in here. I'm sure you could probably fit a couple kids right here. But of course you also have your bed up in the front area in the overhead. This has a ladder which stows right here. It clips on here. You can push the TV out of the way and lock it in position, and then you can sleep up here in the overhead. And you've got cup holders in the overhead. You got LED light, you've got curtains. This can be closed off for privacy up in the cab area. Can be completely closed off. Somebody up there can watch TV and so forth. Works really good. Now if you're camping, this has a really nice fantastic fan. These are really good. These fantastic fans are very quiet. They're 3 speeds. So you can open the vent in the bedroom like so. At night, you got the cool breeze with cross flow ventilation. You just turn this on and your fan starts operating. You can go fast, medium, or quiet. And that fan will really pull the air through the coach. In one vent, out the other one. Works really well. So you don't have to use the air conditioning in the evening. You just use that fan, or you can use air conditioning if it's hot. It's really nice setup. The front chairs completely swivel around. They're on swivels, so they actually rotate and lock into position. You can lock them in. And unlike the A-class motorhomes, even the driver's seat can swivel and lock into position. So you can do that. As you see, we have our navigation system on there. You can navigate, you can run the radio and play. And this radio has a remote. Speaking of remotes, books and manuals, everybody always asks me about those. I have the books and manuals. Everything is in this drawer. I got all the TV remotes, the books and manuals for the leveling jacks and the motorhome. They're all present. Everything looks like brand new. So let's talk about the kitchen. The kitchen is a nice kitchen. You have an actual top of the line microwave. It's a small compact, but it does a lot. It does everything you need. It's got sensor cooking and all that. It's a pretty advanced. It's not a cheap little microwave. It's a nice microwave. And this motorhome has an LP gas oven, which is a really big deal. So let's say, for example, you're driving along and you bought a short RV because you want to stay in a national park or state park campground, and you show up at 8 o'clock at night because you're running behind and you haven't had dinner. Well, when you show up at a national or state park campground, a lot of these are what they call dry campgrounds, which means you can't run the generator after quiet time, like after 8 p.m. So you arrive at 8:15. That means you can't use the microwave because you're not allowed to run your generator, and you're in the middle of the wilderness, so you can't plug into power. That's where these ovens come in really big, because in those circumstances, that's when you need the oven. Personally, me and my wife, when we go camping, we never use the oven. We very rarely stay in dry campgrounds. We usually go in the KOAs or the Good Sams. But I do like to go in those national park ones, and it's really nice to be able to heat the food. Now, we do often use the 3-burner cooktop, which you just turn it on and then you light it like so, and the flame kicks on. And it's adjustable and it turns off. Now, this oven is really nice. It's got the glass see-through top, which has a really nice fit with rubber mounts so it doesn't rattle. It's nice and quiet. It's much better than the older style that had a big metal thing. This is really nice. Nice cooktop. And then of course we have the sink, solid surface sink, big deep sink. Look how big the sink is. This is a big sink. And the residential faucet. I have my water going. Can pull it out and clean all your dishes up after you eat dinner. Turn this off. Piece of cake. Set that to the side. Put your cover on like so. And you're ready to be on the road. I'm going to turn on my movie light. Let's see how clean it is. It's nice and clean. It's not all scratched up underneath there. Pull out the drawers. The drawers, they put rubber liners in the drawers so they don't damage them. Check all the drawers, nice and clean. Take a look at the refrigerator. It's nice and clean. Now I used the refrigerator when I drove this from Tucson, Arizona back to California. I turned on the refrigerator. It works perfectly. It gets cold really quick. Just turn it on and it starts to get cold right away. It even has a little blue card that you can use to hold the door open to defrost it, so it stays dry inside. And this is a nice one. It's got the wood lining on the front, not just like a plastic cover. This is a raised wood panel refrigerator. So we're taking a look at the generator. This has its own generator, which you can start from the control panel right here. Just push start. Wait a second. It'll start up that quick from cold. Now this generator has very low hours. It's only 59.7 hours. Not even 60 hours on the generator. It's like brand new. It's not too loud. The generator's running. We can turn on the air conditioning. It'll kick on in a minute automatically. Which brings up a good point. This RV has an automatic power transfer switch. There we go. Our slide outs, our air conditioner just kicked on. And one nice thing about this air conditioning, it has the chill grills. So if you want to come in from dirt bike riding or some hot desert or whatever, you can open the chill grills and blast yourself with cool air. But normally you want to leave the chill grill closed and you'll circulate air through the ducts. Your air conditioning ducts are a lot quieter and they distribute the air more evenly throughout the motorhome. So slide outs are open, generator's running. I can test all my levels right here. I got the level indicators. Gray is empty, black is empty, fresh is full, battery's well charged, and I got my propane as well. There you go. Can turn on electric water heat, gas water heat, water pump, Arctic pack, living room, kitchen, slide out controls. It's all right there. Only 59 hours on this generator. Barely used at all. And then over here we have a sink, a nice sink with a little drain, hot and cold running water. Good flow out of there. That's just off the water pump. Take a look underneath. It's nice and clean underneath. Open up the wardrobe cabinets. We got a little coat rack up here so you can hang your coats, and it's lighted compartment. That's nice. They put the little light in there for you. Open up the drawer. Fully extending drawers. Look at that. See, the drawer comes all the way out. Some RVs, the drawers just open like that much, but these drawers go all the way out so you can reach all the way to the back. Drawer over here. Second wardrobe cabinet with a light in it as well. And that's your bedroom. Slide out is opened up. Bed is made. And you have little reading lights overhead. Little LED reading lights. And you got 3 windows. So imagine this. You go to a beachfront campground, or there's a nice campground in Malibu where you can back your RV right up to the side of the cliff, and with your windows open at night you can see the whole coast of Southern California. Or you could go up in the mountains and accomplish the same thing. Have a view of all the trees and deer walking outside your window, and you can see what's going on out there. And you're up pretty high up here, so it's pretty nice. The windows are up pretty high. So I'm standing outside the bedroom window. It's up pretty high, and they're dark tinted windows, so it's not that easy to see inside, but you can see outside just fine. So we're here in the bedroom. The bedroom has its own TV. It's on a pivoting mount here, so you can re-aim it if you want. And the TV runs on 12-volt cigarette lighter power. Both TVs. You don't need the generator running to watch TV in this RV. They'll both run on battery power. That makes it easy. Each TV has its own onboard inverter that converts the 12-volt power to run the TV. So you can sit here in the middle of nowhere watching TV, not a problem. In the bedroom, you want some privacy. This has a magnetic catch door. It's a big solid wood door. You close that and you have privacy in your bedroom. You can close your blinds just like so. You can even leave your windows cracked open. They have bug screen in the window here, so mosquitoes and whatever type of critters will stay outside, and the screens can be removed. I already removed the screens and cleaned the windows, so they're clean. There is storage underneath the bed. The big outside storage is there, but there's also these storage compartments which you can open up and store. There's 3 cabinets for under bed storage. All the blinds are working correctly. A lot of windows, so you can really enjoy the places you're going to visit. Let's talk about the restroom. This is a short RV. You may only be buying it for this one feature, is that it has a restroom and it's short. So if you're old, I'm a little old, but I'm not that old, but you can get in here and you can use the restroom. You have onboard shower. So taking those long trips between cities, you don't have to pull over all the time. You've got your own restroom, nice and keep it clean, or have your own housekeeper keep it clean. It's got a little courtesy light down at the bottom. See the little light down there? It's got 3 of these lights throughout the coach. It's got one there, and one by the entry door. And those keep it lit up so you can find your way around. The shower, you can take nice long showers if you're hooked up at a campground, or you can take short showers. You turn on the water. It's got a nice good flow, but you have a valve right here. So if you're going to be cheap with your water because you're not at a campground, you just adjust the water so it's comfortable, rinse off, lock off the water, soap up, and then rinse off, and you're done. And of course it's hot and cold running water. Close this off and lock it in position and you're ready to travel. In the toilet, it's got a foot pedal operation. It has been cleaned. Just run the toilet and the water runs, and there you go. Oh, before I shut it off, there is a medicine cabinet in here, so you can keep all your goodies, so you don't have to like load and unload. And it does have a towel rack. Towel rack is a big deal. Got a nice towel rack right there. Let's talk about the front seats in this motorhome. We can open the curtain, Velcro it up into position. This bed, you can just flip over this piece, and that makes it easy to get in and out of the front. You got all kinds of storage cubbies with your storage and so forth. Let's hop up in the front seat. I've got 2 complete set of keys for this motorhome, and they're the flip around. They've got lock and unlock, and they've got all the keys for the camper side. These are not cheap locksmith keys, they're the good keys, and they're in good condition, great condition actually. It's a Mercedes Benz. It's a diesel, but it's easy to start. You just put the key in, turn it on, and it starts right up. No warning lights, it's good to go. The backup camera, we can turn that on so that'll stay on. Of course the rear slide is open, so we're looking at the awning, but when you have the slides closed, you can see the rear view in the backup camera. So we've got a touchscreen navigation system. Have I arrived at my destination? Yes. It's touchscreen, and it has the Bluetooth, and has a handheld remote, CD player. There's a DVD player in the RV as well. Power locks, power windows, really nice setup. Cruise control. The current mileage is 21,475 miles. You got the fuel gauge right there, tachometer, like I said, 2 sets of keys. This does have a trailer brake controller built in here, so if you have to tow a vehicle behind, you already have your trailer. Oh, sorry. It does have a trailer brake controller here, so if you have to apply your brakes, you can apply force manually, or it'll do it automatically when you step on the brakes. And these can be adjusted to dial in your trailer brakes. So the tow hitch is actually rated at 4,200 pounds. So if you're towing something, you can apply the brakes on your towed vehicle, or you're towing a boat or something. It's really nice. And they got a lot of cup holders. There's a cup holder right here. There's a lot of storage up in the dash. There's another cup holder here. There's cup holders in the pockets on the doors. I like those because those hold a big cup. Got a cup holder right here. You got a cigarette lighter. Nobody's ever smoked in it, but it came with one. It has an ashtray that hasn't been used. That's in the glove box. I gotta put that thing in the correct spot there. We've got our owner's books and manuals in here. They're all present and accounted for. Those are the vehicle owner's manuals. And these really nice sun visors will flip around. And we have a little microphone up here. This is for your Bluetooth. So when you're connect your Bluetooth, you can hear your phone calls through the car stereo speakers. And that's the microphone to pick up your voice, so you can do hands-free phone calling. And then you can stream your music through the stereo and control it from your phone by hand. I want to keep the video short, so I don't want to get into detail too much, but it is a Mercedes-Benz, and these height adjustable seat belts, shoulder height. You got grab handles up here. It's a nice setup. My name is Mike Johnson. Definitely give me a call, 951-681-2101. Also, you have a counter extension for additional counter space. And this has nice countertop on it. Not all of them are this nice. This has the premium countertops. Mike Johnson, 951-681-2101. So we're gonna go for a little test drive in this Mercedes motorhome. Diesel. It does have the turbo diesel with the Blue Tech technology, and it's very quiet. I'm running the roof air right now. Checking my mirrors. I can see I'm close to the curb, and we're gonna accelerate. It has a lot of get up and go. I've got my navigator available to me to navigate. And then stop at the stop sign here. Check my mirrors. I can easily make turns because of the short 24-foot length. It's very easy to drive. A lot of get up and go, and it's not loud in here. It's very manageable noise level. It's quieter than like the Ford V10s and other diesels like Power Strokes and things like that. It's nice and quiet in the front. I've already driven this all the way from Phoenix to Tucson and back to California on a little test drive when I acquired it, and it ran really well. It has a new starting battery in here. It drives great. Let me park to the curb. I can see my mirror right there and judge very accurately my distance from the curb. And then I come to a stop. I've got my backup camera up here. There's a little bit of glare because of the sunlight, but I can back up using my mirrors. I can even do a crazy 3-point backwards turn, no problem, in this motorhome. I can see there's nobody behind me. And then I go back the other direction. All clear. Easy to drive. Mercedes-Benz Sprinter-based motorhome.